Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. We're going to go over something really exciting because my Carnivorous Pitcher Plant is getting so big. And I just want to go over some care that I've been doing for him. He sits in my indoor collection, so I have a lot of indoor plants along with this little Honeymoon Valley Friendship plant. I love this plant. You can see it's doing so well since we transplanted it into terracotta. I'm starting to transplant everything into terracotta pots here because we are in summer here in Florida, and we're going to get a lot of rain, humidity, and excessive heat for the next month or so. It doesn't stop till like the end of September, and we're getting into the rainy season now, so it's raining every day, and it's going to be like that till probably the end of September, beginning of October. So I know that, just all year, even the winter, they're going to grow a lot better in terracotta for me here in Zone 9B. We are in Central Florida, so we get really tropical weather. These love humidity, these little carnivorous plants. You can see they're doing really well. They got like little defined red veins on them, which is starting to look really cool. I have a new little baby popping up in the center, so we're going to have number 6 popping up, and you can see how it was burned a little bit because I had it right against the window. Like, it was pretty far up on my windowsill. Now these, I thought they required like really blaring direct sun all day long, but since I pulled it back from my eastern facing exposure, that's where it sits with a lot of my other house plants. I have so many indoor plants out in there, and we'll do a video in there soon enough. We're gonna go inside and take you guys on a little tour in there. But this little guy I pulled back from the window because he was burning a little bit. So once I pulled him back from that eastern facing exposure, even though it's an eastern facing window, it was pretty intense. The sun gets pretty crazy here. And through that window, it even intensifies more, especially that your windows are clean. If your windows are clean, it intensifies the sun even more. If they're dirty, then the sun, you'll notice, isn't so intense coming through there because the dirt's kind of filtering it out a little bit. So when you clean your windows, just make sure that your plants are going to be okay and happy for the next week. This one I noticed that burning, so I pulled it back a little bit, and it's been acclimating fine to the new window space. And you can see that we have no burning right there. There's no burning on that tip right there. And this new one right here, this big guy, you don't have any burning either because we put it back from the window a while ago, a couple of weeks ago to a couple of months ago, I think. So we transplanted it into a terracotta pot, something bigger, because it does have a really big root system on it. When you transplant these, just try not to aggravate the roots too much because they are very sensitive. But this guy likes to stay moist at all times. So I put, like, I'd say half sphagnum moss, a quarter part potting soil, and a quarter part mixed of orchid bark and perlite. And then I use cactus palm and citrus mix from Miracle Grow, and I like to use that because it's really sandy, and I know it's good for this plant. So I put half sphagnum moss, which is just this moss type material. You can see grows really slow, so it's kind of expensive, but it's worth it because you get a big block of it in the store for like $5. And just look at sphagnum moss. It's not treated, it's just an organic potting medium that they really like to grow in, and I noticed that they really do like to grow in it. Ever since I repotted them in this new soil, I used the half of the sphagnum moss, a quarter of the succulent soil, and then a quarter mixed of the perlite and the orchid bark. And I just mix it all together, and this needs to stay moist at all times. So usually before I use it, I'll soak the sphagnum moss and wring it out, and then pack it around my plant, pot my plant up. And then I know once this dries out completely to the bottom, almost, you don't want to let it dry out completely, but almost completely to the bottom. Leave about that much of, that you have moisture in there. You'll kind of see the moisture on the edges of the pot. Your terracotta pots will turn like a really dark color, and then it's time to water again. These do like consistent moisture, so they are susceptible to like powdery mildew or mold growing on the top of it, which I just found on a lot of my succulents in my cart because we've been raining every day, and I have to get these plants into terracotta pots. It's going to help me a lot, and I have to get them in a nice sandier soil with some more perlite in it, my succulents out there. So we're going to do a lot of repotting around here, but that's basically it for this carnivorous plant. 6 hours of direct sun, bright and direct light for the rest of the day, and then I water as soon as this is almost dry to the bottom. The more humidity, the better. I don't spray them, I don't mist them. They just get the natural humidity in the air here. But that's it, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video and enjoyed checking out my carnivorous plant getting so big. And I'll see you guys next time out in the garden. Let me know if you need any help. I'm always here for you, and I love what I do. Have a great day. Bye-bye.